How can I help you?
I got something I want you to take a look at.
All right, pair of Timberlands, huh?
Pair of limited edition boots signed by Ringo Starr.
Oh, these have Ringo Starr's autograph on them, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, I guess these boots weren't made for walking.
No, they weren't. I'm here at the pawn shop today to sell my limited edition pair of Ringo Starr autographed boots. What's really cool about the boots is that it also has Ringo Starr's original art reprinted on these boots. And there's only 75 of them. I'm hoping to get $1,500 for my limited edition Ringo Starr boots.
Okay, this is pretty cool. Ringo Starr is huge, part of the Beatles. Just after Ringo joined the band, they released their first single, Please Please Me, and that was just followed by hit after hit after hit. These guys were bigger than life, and Ringo Starr was a big part of that. Early on, they had a really distinctive look with the mop-top hair, the suits they wore, and they were known for wearing cool all-black boots that were definitely not as colorful as these. Well, let's check them out here. That looks to be good old Ringo's signature right there. Ringo Starr is known for being a Beatle, but he's an artist as well. He likes to paint. This maybe looks like a peace sign that he would have done. How did you get these boots?
I bought them at a charity auction about 10 years ago.
Okay. Do you have any paperwork or anything like that?
I got a certificate of authenticity that came in the box.
Yeah, let's check it out. So what it looks like to me is that Timberland made 75 pairs of identical boots. Okay, there we go. 53 out of 75. And they took a picture that Ringo Starr had previously made. They slapped it on the side, and it was a good way for fans to kind of get something cool that reminded them of the Beatles. What are you looking to do with them?
I want to sell them.
And how much are you looking to get?
I'd like to get $1,500 for them.
Okay, if Ringo Starr wore these, that would be, you know, really, really, really cool.
Yeah.
They're still pretty cool, though. I mean, it's got a Ringo Starr picture on them, it's got a Ringo Starr autograph, but I'm not exactly sure what a Ringo Starr autograph's bringing in these days. He is from the Beatles, so it probably fetches a fair amount of money. I do have an idea on what Timberland boots bring in. I'd like to have someone come down and take a look at the signature, authenticate it, and tell me the value of a Ringo signature on a pair of boots. So let me get someone down here, see what he has to say, and we'll go from there.
All right.
Give me just a minute.
I don't have any concerns with an expert coming in. I'm actually looking forward to see what it's actually worth.
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Good, chum. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
How you doing?
This is what I called you about, a pair of Timberlands signed by Ringo Starr.
Nice.
This is actually a picture made by Ringo, and then they put it on these boots. And from what I understand, they made 75 of them.
Okay.
And then they had Ringo sign them.
Great item. You know, Ringo Starr is still very popular. His autograph, very collectible. Being one of the, two remaining Beatles still alive, Ringo Starr autographs are still pretty hot today.
This gentleman here acquired these at a charity auction, and he has a piece of paper here stating what it is.
Okay. He's done a lot of stuff like this to raise money. He's always made sure his autograph's readily available. He does do a lot of charity work, so it kind of makes sense to me. Do me a favor on that one. I'm gonna just take a look at the ink. If you could hold that up for me, and we'll get a better look at that under magnification. It's in kind of a silver paint pen, and it's smudged a little bit. But that's a hard surface to sign anyway. But we've got live ink. The signature itself is the thing I do want to look at. Ringo had a pretty basic signature. I see the basic type of letter formations I would look for. And sometimes he adds a year. He comes in with a paraph, and I love this little paraph at the end. So the signature matches up with my exemplars. Definitely a genuine autograph.
Well, how much do you think the signature's worth there?
Well, based on what I know about Ringo's autograph, he's obviously a Beatle. So people do want his autograph, depending what era it's from. Was it signed early in his career, later in his career? They could go from $250 to $350 to over $1,000. Just depends what it's signed on.
What about it being on a pair of boots? Is that strange for a Ringo Starr autograph?
Strange, yeah, but that adds more value to it. And you've got the letter with it, so it kind of ties it all in together.
Okay.
I'd put the value at about $750.
Okay, well, I appreciate you coming in. Thank you.
Good to see you, and good luck with that. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, you heard what Steve had to say.
I did.
Would you take 300 on him?
No. I'd take 500.
Can't pay 500 for this. I paid 300 for this, and then I hope to get 750 for it, but I take 500 if I can get it. That's kind of how it works.
So would you take $400 for him?
I can meet you in the middle at 350, and I love the boots, but I gotta leave room for profit.
Okay, I'll take it.
350?
350.
All right, that's a deal. Let's go write it
All right.
up.
He was tough, but he was also fair, and I'm happy to walk away with 350 bucks.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Okay. I have here a ring from Tiffany's, 14-karat gold. It's a Seinfeld ring. Seinfeld gave it to their cast and crew when they ended their show.
That is really, really cool. Chum, you ever watch Seinfeld?
Heck yeah.
Well, check this out.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You know, this show came out when you were like 6 years old.
So what were you, like 50?
I have a 14-karat Tiffany Seinfeld cast and crew ring. It was my husband's ring, who worked on the show for 10 years. Hopefully, I can get $3,000 for it.
This is really, really amazing. It's super cool. I mean, Seinfeld was actually voted several times as the best television series ever.
Yes.
It was just that rare time where they got all the right people together at the right time. I think there's one show that's probably better. We can agree to disagree.
The thing about Seinfeld is even today it still holds up as funny when you watch an episode. You know, they put their comedy first. They didn't care.
The show about nothing.
Yeah, the show about nothing. They didn't write scripts. They just, you know, wrote a little bit, but they kind of just had like improv.
And to have a network show go 9 seasons from 89 to 98 is really amazing. So Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David, after they made the pilot, they put it in front of a focus group. The focus group hated it, and they figured it would never do well. But
And all of a sudden, ba-boom.
So it's a really cool ring. I really like it. You wanted to sell it?
Yes.
How much did you want for it?
3,000.
You know, this is real gold, I can tell you that. But I do have a friend who worked on the show. Is there any way you could come back in like an hour? I just wanted to have him take a look at it.
Sure.
And after that, we'll figure out a price, okay?
Okay.
If you were a character on Seinfeld, who would you be?
Well, I'm not a character on Seinfeld. It's getting close to my lunch break, and I need to go next door and check on my candy shop. I'll be back in a little while.
See you, Newman. Yeah, he'd definitely be Newman.
Hello, Cleveland.
Peterman?
Yes, yes.
What are you doing here?
My friend, I'm in search of an elusive swatch of corduroy, which I heard is only found at the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. Can you take me to your leader, Rick Harrison?
Follow me.
We travel. Oh, I tell you, my friend, my deodorant has already failed me.
I thought that was me.
Well, thanks for coming back. He should be here any second.
Okay.
Meanwhile, while you're here, you can buy something.
Can't I?
Rick, I didn't even know you had friends, but really? John O'Hurley?
Mr. Peterman.
How are you, my love? Nice to see you. This was a secret call that I got from Rick today. We've been friends for a long time, and he said, "You're the only one that I know from Seinfeld that could possibly authenticate this immeasurable piece of memorabilia." So I said, well, if I see it, I'll know it.
So take a look. Hopefully you recognize that.
Look at that.
So these were given out on the show?
Let me tell you the story of this. Remember, they earned a lot of money in syndication right now. $1 billion in syndication, then he put all of it into trinkets.
Okay.
All of it was gone into trinkets. Everybody got a little gift. These were the rings that were given out to some of the cast and to some of the production crew. But I got a wristwatch, as did other members of the cast, and on the back it said Seinfeld. 3 months after Seinfeld ended in '98, I got an offer at a charity auction to put something up, and I did. It went for $100,000.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So I don't want that to salt your
Yeah.
temperament here on what the value of this should be, although I'm in her corner on this, I've got to tell you, because I think it's priceless, and you know, there aren't many of these on the market right now.
So is it real?
I can tell you right now it's authentic. I would put it in my mouth and take a bite out of it, but I think I know better.
All right, so it's real. Do you know what these things go for? Non-charity auction?
Non-charity auction, so less than $100,000. So what you want me to do is kind of take you back a couple of decimal points, don't you? You know, I've seen these for about 3,000.
All right, man. Well, thanks. We will do lunch next week.
He says that, but that'll never happen. I know. Just do lunch.
That's because he always makes me pay.
It's called Hollywood.
Okay. I'll give you $2,000 for it. That's really, really fair.
2,500.
22? I'm definitely not getting rich off you.
Deal.
Sweet. You go write her up?
Yeah, come on, let's do some paperwork.
Okay. It's a little less than what I wanted for the ring, but I'm still happy. I'm gonna save that money and do something fun with it.
What do we have here?
What we got here is a Sunburst guitar and Ringo's signature, George Harrison's signature, John Lennon's signature, and an unused concert ticket from August 18, 1966.
Okay, where's Paul's signature?
Right there,
Oh, on the guitar. All right, where did you get it?
at the Playboy Mansion.
So what were you doing at the Playboy Mansion?
Well, I really can't say.
I don't want to know then. Okay.
I got the memorabilia at a charity event. I'm hoping to get $25,000 today for my piece. Bare minimum, $12,000. I just don't have any room on my walls anymore, and I've got to do something with this.
That kind of bass was really popular in the 1960s because there was some added electronics to it, and anything in the 60s that was high-tech, they wanted to have on stage.
Yeah.
Young guys usually like the higher tech things, and as they get older, they realize that the low-tech stuff is generally a little better.
Are you saying this because you're getting old, or?
No, I'm just, from all my years of experience, that's what I've noticed, all right? So you think this could have been one of his personal guitars, or?
Absolutely.
Because if it was actually one of Paul McCartney's guitars, it makes it worth a fortune.
I like to hear that.
I mean, just Lennon alone is something pretty cool. I know his last autograph that he ever signed before he passed away went for $70-some thousand.
Awesome. Love that.
Beatles fans are insane. They will pay crazy prices for any Beatle memorabilia, especially if it was owned by one of the Fab Four. If this signature is authentic and it was actually played by Paul McCartney, we're talking some big numbers.
So any idea of how much you want for it?
Well, I got it appraised in 2005, and it went for $25,000.
Okay.
I'm looking at something like that.
Do you have any paperwork on any of this stuff, or?
No, not really.
All right. It was a charity auction, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of times, some really rich guys drop off some really nice stuff there. Do you mind if we have some people come in and check this stuff out?
I'm game, you guys.
So we got to figure out if all the signatures are real and if it was one of Paul McCartney's guitars.
Right.
All right, so I'll call Jesse and you call Steve.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay, shop around and buy something. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm really hoping that everything checks out today so I could get top dollar.
Sir Paul, awesome. So what are your concerns with this one?
I was just wondering if there's any way to tell if it was actually played by Paul. I mean, she got appraised for $25,000. There's got to be a reason why.
Yeah. This is the style he played. Hofner was manufactured in Germany. Before they were famous, they played in Germany and Hamburg and all that. Paul probably got one there because it was $30 as opposed to 100 or whatever, you know, for the Fender equivalent.
And he played those for a long time?
He plays these still to this day. You know, the Beatles, probably one of the most popular bands to ever be. I don't think there's a guy in the Beatles that didn't leave his mark on rock and roll. I really don't.
Was it played by Paul?
You know, there's a couple things that would let you know if Paul had played this. First off, he played Hofner's. This company is J. Trucer, make a lot of replica stuff. Whether Paul played it or not, I would probably say Paul has never played this. Being he's left-handed. This bass is strung right-handed, it's set up right-handed. I mean, they didn't even take the little packing felt that they put underneath the bridge off of it. So it was probably for a charity or something like that. He probably just grabbed it and signed it and handed it off.
Is there any value because it's on the wood versus anywhere else?
From what I know, it is better to actually have it on the guitar as opposed to the pick guard because guys will take pick guards and get them signed in later by the guitar and just throw it on it.
All right, thanks for coming in.
All right, man.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Good to see you. If the signature on it's legit and all the other signatures in the display are legit, she's probably sitting on a pretty good chunk of change. I mean, 2 of those guys are no longer with us. You can't get their autograph anymore.
The guitar wasn't played by him, we know that for sure now. But if all the signatures are legit, I think we really have something. So my one friend is gonna be here in a little bit. He literally knows everything there is to know about autographs.
Okay.
So if they're real, he will tell me they're real and we'll figure out a price.
Awesome, let's do it. Well, that was not the information I wanted to hear, so I hope that the signatures really check out.
Oh, that's a great display. The Beatles. I think if you collect autographs and you collect music autographs and you want the best rock and roll stuff, you better start with one band, the Beatles.
I just need to know if they're all legit. I know a Paul McCartney signed guitar is a pretty rare thing, so.
Yeah. Usually Paul McCartney keeps it really simple. Doesn't usually sign guitars in person, won't sign pieces of paper, usually keeps it to albums, CDs, or DVDs.
Whoa, so then a guitar would be really out of the norm.
Yeah.
Okay. Are they real?
Guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up known examples of their autographs that are genuine. Some of the stuff I've actually seen signed in front of my face. So I go through each one. I'm able to determine if they actually signed this piece compared to my stuff here.
Work your magic, man. So who's that?
This is John Lennon, and I'm kind of trying to get in here and look and see what kind of style signature this is because the Lennon is the most difficult autograph to see here. Very lightly signed, not great contrast. This is Ringo Starr from 2003. And Ringo would sometimes add the star, and sometimes he would just not do it. Here we have a photo signed by George. Okay, guys, looking at all this, comparing my examples of what I've got here, the known stuff that's real, looking at the piece here, in my judgment, sorry, guys, it's not real. It has many problems and many issues. And one of the first ones I notice here is when I look up and I see George Harrison. This George Harrison signature is something I would refer to as almost spurious. It lacks resemblance to an actual autograph of George Harrison. George Harrison had this beautiful autograph. You could read every letter. When I look at George Harrison on this piece, I don't see George Harrison. When I look at Ringo Starr, I see the wrong angle. I see the wrong star formation. Basically, how he rounds things and how he makes a signature is completely wrong. Someone really didn't know what they were doing when they signed either of those guys. The one that really catches my eye is Paul McCartney. Getting Paul McCartney to sign a guitar is nearly impossible. Just a general, non-used Hofner bass signed by McCartney on the body of the guitar is $25,000 to $30,000. Easy. In my judgment, this piece doesn't pass. And then the last one I look at is John Lennon. I have no idea where they came up with that style of signature. Unfortunately, when I see this piece, I see kind of a piece of manufacturer memorabilia.
Okay, well.
As they say, my work is done.
Okay,
Thanks,
have a
guys.
good one, man.
Good to see you. This was pretty much a no-brainer. If someone's appraising something at $25,000, $30,000 and they're taking half for it at a charity auction, you know there's an issue with the piece.
You know what? Hang it on the wall.
And tell people it's real.
All right,
Thank you.
Yeah.
thanks for coming in.
Thanks anyways, guys. Nice to meet you.
You too.
I'm so pissed right now. It literally felt like I was just robbed of $12,000.
How can I help you?
How's it going? I'm looking to sell my Booker T wrestling boots.
This is one of the most iconic wrestlers out there. Five-time champion.
Yeah, you know the deal.
I don't know why he said that even though he won the championship 6 times.
I'm looking to sell my Booker T wrestling boots. They've obviously been worn, but the wear and tear just gives it a unique twist because you know that he actually wore them. I've had these boots for about 4 years, and now I'm just looking to sell it. I'm asking $6,000 for the boots. If I can make some cash today from this sale, I'm probably gonna go buy a new motorcycle.
So this is pretty cool you're able to get these boots. I grew up watching wrestling. I don't really watch it so much anymore, but I still consider myself a fan of the old days wrestling when I was young watching it. Booker T started off wrestling with his brother. They had a tag team named the Harlem Heat. Him and his brother won like over 10 championships as the tag team champions. And then in 2001, he came to the WWF, which was later changed to the WWE, and started his solo career. And a few years later, in 2007, I believe, Booker T won the King of the Ring, and that's where these boots would have came from, King Booker. Do you have any paperwork with these?
No, I didn't get any paperwork. I actually got these boots at a charity auction.
My boss doesn't always like things from a charity auction without paperwork,
Right.
but, I mean, they look pretty legit. What are you looking to do with them?
Well, I'm looking to get rid of them today.
And how much are you looking to get for them?
You know, I'm looking to get about $6,000 for them today.
Would you take 2,000?
Absolutely not.
Without the paperwork, the top dollar I'm gonna be able to pay is 3,000.
Wow.
I mean, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get these authenticated, or I'm just gonna have to sell them with the risk that they're gonna be brought back here, someone saying they're fake.
$3,000.
3 grand.
You know what? We'll do 3,000.
All right, meet me over here at the desk and we'll write them up.
All right, cool. It wasn't what I was hoping for, but at least I can pay for half my motorcycle now.
Chum,
What's up, guys?
I'm assuming you have something to do with this.
With what?
I told you to order work shirts. These aren't work shirts.
World famous gold and silver pawn shop, Las Vegas. It's got the logo.
The work shirt is a black polo with a gold logo. I'm not a salmon kind of guy.
I don't know, it matches your head pretty good.
What's up with the Booker T boots?
I bought these boots from a customer for $3,000.
Where did they get them?
They got them from a charity auction.
I've told you a million times, charity auctions, like half the stuff is fake.
Well, that's why I offered him such a low amount, because he didn't have any paperwork on him. So
How do you know they're Booker T's?
they say Booker T on them.
But I can't say they're his boots because I have no documentation saying they're his boots.
I'll get some documentation for you. I'm working on that right now, actually. I sent a few DMs to his people. They're gonna try and get Booker T to authenticate him for me, but
He's gonna come out to Vegas?
not anytime soon. He's in Houston, so the best I can do is just get a picture authenticated for now.
Well, I'm actually going to Houston.
You're going to Houston now?
There's a big art collector down there. He has a bunch of stuff he wants to sell. I'm gonna go take a look at it.
Should I go with you and get these authenticated while you're out there?
That sounds absolutely great. And I'll agree to that right after you order the new shirts.
I gotta see if I can actually meet Booker T.
Good luck with that one.
Thank you, I might need it. You're gonna be really excited once you realize these boots are real and I made a good purchase.
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, like, you really should.
What is that? Whoa, there he is. Yeah. Woo!
You must be Chumley.
And you are Booker T. Thanks for coming down today.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do. What you got here?
Well, I got some boots that I think are, you know, from the King Booker era.
King of the world.
King of the world right there,
yeah, most definitely.
I had to buy them, but my boss is a little bit unsure if I bought something that's not authentic.
The
But
person he bought them off bought them at a charity auction, and seems like 3/4 of the stuff at charity auctions ain't real.
They're real, okay? These boots were created around 2006. And I tell you, I had this gold outfit, gold sleeves, gold tights, King Booker on the back, and with the crowd, of course. And it was definitely one of my most appealing outfits.
So did you give these to a charity auction?
Yeah. Hurricane Harvey, actually. We raised some pretty good money with the boots.
okay, so see, good things do come out of charity auction.
All right, I'll admit it. You did a good job in this purchase. So you have a wrestling school here?
Yeah, I've had my wrestling schools started back in 2005. You know, trying to give young people a springboard to get into the wrestling business. It's all about, you know, living out the dream.
You looking for a new prodigy?
So what are you saying? You wanna try it out?
I'm not trying to fill your shoes, but I'm ready to get in there.
You ready
know?
to try a little bit?
I am ready.
You gonna slide in?
Should I do the slide?
You want to actually do this?
All right,
It's all
here.
you, Chum.
Will you hold my hat, Rick? You know, you can't wrestle in a hat. That's just
All right,
ridiculous.
all right. I'm standing
I'm
right
taking
here.
the stairs.
Yeah!
Okay. All right. Beautiful. Wait a minute. The kids got rhythm. Okay, what we're gonna do is give you a crash course.
Okay.
First thing we learn how to do in wrestling is lock up.
Okay.
All right, I need you to make sure you keep that left arm stiff. Left arm, there you go, that left arm. All right, I need you to put that left arm right on my chest. All right, all right, now we're gonna add both hands, all right?
Okay.
Boom. Oh, my goodness, we got a natural here. All right, now I'm gonna teach you the wrist lock. All right, we're gonna go from the tie up to the wrist lock. Here we go, tie up. Boom. Bang, see that? See that wrist lock right there? All right.
That's what you do when you're in trouble. I think I might have a future in wrestling, but I don't think my body will hold up permanently. The chumpster will put you in the dumpster.
Take a bump. Boom. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. I think we got a star here. Star is born.
How can I help you, man?
I got this really cool Star Trek original cast signed photograph.
Where in the world did you get this?
I got it at a charity auction for my son's school. I really like it. I'm a big Star Trek fan, but my wife decided she doesn't want it hanging in our house, so.
I'm sure she doesn't want her friends to know her husband's a Star Trek fan either.
Yeah, that's right. I'm here at the pawn shop today to sell the autographed picture of all the original Star Trek cast. You know, when I was growing up, they were running the reruns constantly, and my brother and I used to watch them all the time. I'm hoping to get $5,000 for it, but the least I'd be willing to take is probably around $1,000.
As far as TV shows go, this has got to be one of the most successful franchises in history.
Yeah.
Especially considering there wasn't that many episodes. Star Trek has become one of the most recognizable sci-fi brands in history. NASA even named a space shuttle prototype after the Enterprise. It doesn't get more iconic than that.
I knew that Gene Roddenberry had passed away a long time ago, and I knew that James Doohan and DeForest Kelley had passed away also, so I figured this is kind of a rare item.
Can I take a look at it?
Sure, sure.
William Shatner, that's George Takei, Leonard Nimoy. You got any paperwork or anything with it? Anything I can look at?
It does have a certificate of authenticity on the back.
Okay.
It's right there.
Autograph store, charity fundraising, authenticated. All
Sounds legit.
All right, let me take a look at it here. Having an original cast sign photo from Star Trek would be a great item for the shop. And it should be pretty easy to sell. That is, if it's authentic. What are you looking to do with it, man?
Looking to sell it.
Any idea of what it might be worth, or?
Based on the internet research that I did, they were going for around $5,000, so that's kind of what I'm looking at.
All right, well, I've got a few concerns, my man. I would just like somebody to come in and take a look at it.
Okay.
He's one of the best autograph authenticators in the world.
Okay.
So if we can get his stamp of approval on this, you could really have some big money.
Okay. I'm a little nervous with somebody checking it out because, you know, why do they need to check it out? It's got a certificate of authenticity.
We've got a original Star Trek, big picture signed by the entire cast plus the creator of the show, so.
Cool, Star Trek. You guys are huge fans, right?
Oh, ridiculous. It's ridiculous how big of a Star Trek fan I'm not.
Oh, come on. I mean, a lot of people grew up watching this, and it really left like an impression on a lot of people. So a lot of these guys are still around, which is a good thing. They're still actually doing conventions and shows. Few people have passed away. The first to go was DeForest Kelley, and then James Doohan died in 2005. But these guys signed a lot. So their signatures are out there. But with that said, it's still very desirable. 2 of the cast members have passed away. So those cast pieces, they're harder to get your hands on. And the market for this stuff, it's crazy. I mean, a prop phaser could sell for up to $40,000.
So what do you think?
I've seen the 8x10s go for $700, $800, but I've never seen a large format piece before. You know, and I think this thing could be worth in excess of $1,500.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to take a look at it for me?
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll do some side-by-side comparison of the signatures. The first one I would like to key on is Walter Koenig. This is one signature. It's kind of a little sloppy. His G kind of got out of control here, and you could see that on here. The next one I want to look at is Nichelle Nichols. Nichelle had a signature dominated by her ends here. Usually signed it straight across, but sometimes she stacked it. This version is stacked on here. The one, though, that kind of is striking on here is DeForest Kelley. DeForest Kelley always had this gorgeous, beautiful D, and you could see here how I made this. I mean, this D is just beautifully formed and very difficult to reproduce. This autograph here does not resemble the same one I'm looking at.
So, what do you think?
Well, the one thing I do notice is the format, because it's rare that these guys would ever sign a cash out like this. Matter of fact, I don't know if I've ever seen this format signed before. Most of the stuff they did for signing were done on smaller format. And one thing I'll tell you throughout the common flow of this, most of the stuff is pretty slow, and that's a bad sign. So you have all these things saying, no.
Right on, man. Appreciate it.
Good to see you guys.
All right, see you later.
Yep. I was bummed out that this piece didn't turn out to be any good. I mean, I love Star Trek.
Well, I'm bummed that it's not real, but, you know, at least it was for charity. It is what it is.
All right, my man. Well, take care.
All right, thanks. I was really shocked that it wasn't real. What's most disheartening is that I have to bring this picture back home to my wife, knowing that it's a fake.
Hey, how can I help you?
I want to sell my 2011 Nike Mags. It's a replica from Back to the Future 2.
Magnetic anti-gravity?
Oh, the Marty McFly Air Mags. I've been dying to see these, man.
Are they really anti-gravity?
I don't know. I've never tried them on yet. Came down to the pawn shop today to try to sell my 2011 Back to the Future 2 replica shoes. I'm looking to get 10 grand out of them, but I'd probably take around, you know, 5,500 bucks. These are the hottest ones out on the street right now. They light up.
It's pretty dope.
Nike is huge now, and the company was actually started back in the 1960s by two guys selling shoes out of the trunk of their car. These shoes are the kind that were in Back to the Future 2, right?
Oh, yeah. Tinker Hatfield, he made the original ones on the movie, and he reproduced these, you know, 20 years later. They made 1,500 pairs.
These are the shoes Marty McFly wore. They were anti-gravity, so he could fly with these shoes.
The Back to the Future movies were huge. They raked in billions of dollars. So I'm sure there's a collector's market for this kind of stuff, but it's something I don't know a lot about. Shoes are actually Chum's area of expertise. Where did you get these?
Nike had a big auction for the Parkinson's disease.
Okay, so these were all sold at a charity auction.
Right.
How much did you want for them?
I want around 10,000.
Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, but I just don't think they're worth it. That is what they're trying to sell them for, though. I've been collecting shoes for a long time. Right now, I got about 200 pairs in my collection, so I know what I'm talking about just a little bit. I would love to have this shoe in my collection. There's only 1,500 of them.
They're really rare.
But in 6 months, what are they going to be at?
These are going to go up. You're going to have the Back to the Future 2 movie guys. You're going to have the sneakerheads that want these.
Nobody wants this shoe that collects Nikes.
They bought them. They had 80 people bidding on them, so I mean.
That was big companies and rich people, and that wasn't your day-to-day sneakerhead.
This is one of the problems you're going to have with any
Right.
charity auction. You can't price something based on what it's sold for at a charity auction, because people bid at those auctions to help raise money and get a tax write-off. So they'll pay way over market value just to help out a cause.
Make me an offer.
I'll give you 1,500 bucks on them.
Can't take that. It's way less than I paid for them.
I appreciate seeing them, man. I really wanted to see them.
For sure.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
I don't see the shoe being worth more than 1,000. What, is this shoe worth more than the Jordan 1?
What do we have here?
I have a platinum album from Poison, signed by the fabulous Bret Michaels.
Okay. And are you a big Poison fan?
I'm a huge Poison fan.
Okay.
Don't I look like I am?
All right. That is really neat. I think one of his famous quotes is he wanted to make sure that his parents always hated the music he played.
This album was a gift from my husband. I'm selling the platinum album because our 20th wedding anniversary is coming up, and I'd like to surprise him with a really great gift. This album is really special to me. Poison was my first concert that I went to. I would really hate to see it go, but I think it's time.
Presented to Bret Michaels to commemorate worldwide sales of more than 32 million copies combined. This was given to him by the record company?
Yes.
That's pretty cool, and he signed it.
Yes.
So where did you get it at?
At a charity auction.
Okay. He's got a pretty neat life. I mean, he started back in, I think it was Pennsylvania. You know, eventually went out to California, started Poison. I guess Slash tried out for the band. But they turned him down for CC DeMille.
Oh. Okay.
And he's an amazing guy. I know, like last year, he was performing in town like 3 days after kidney surgery. In the late 80s, Poison was huge. They had 6 top 10 singles, and Every Rose Has Its Thorn was #1. They are going to go down in history as one of the greatest hair bands ever. And back then, I had some pretty nice hair, too. Really, I did. So how much you looking to get out of it?
5,000.
I mean, you might really have something here. I'll let you know that charity auctions scare the hell out of me. One of the problems with charity auctions is that they're not really experts that are auctioning it off, and every once in a while, things slip through the cracks that aren't real. Do you mind if I have someone look at it?
Oh, sure.
Okay, he's right down the road. He'll know exactly what it is. He'll know if the signature's real. And if everything checks out, then we'll talk money.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right,
Thank you.
Just meet me right over there. I'll give you the address where to go, and
All right,
we'll get
thank
this
you.
figured out.
I'm really nervous that it isn't legit. All this time I thought it was, so I'm really hoping that it is.
What is going on,
How's it
man?
going,
Good
man?
to see you, Rick. Good to see you. Doing good, brother?
Doing good, man.
Good.
It's just girl came by the shop.
Right.
And she's got one of your platinum records signed by you and all that, so.
You had me at girl came by the shop.
Okay, yeah.
You
okay.
had me right. You had me hooked. Go ahead.
Brett and I are friends. We've done some charity work together, and I'm gonna have Bret Michaels look at this thing.
Hello, how are you doing? And there she went. Come in. How are you doing?
I don't know why, but a girl has never reacted like that to me. This is the platinum record she wanted to sell me. What's the deal with this?
All right, so this plaque and platinum record was to commemorate all the sales combined together, both Poison and myself, but we did it for my foundation, right, and for charity, and we only made a limited amount of these. This particular plaque is awesome to me because as a lifelong type 1 diabetic, I do a lot of stuff with charities, and this plaque was made specifically for charitable events, and it raises a lot of money, and we've only made so many of these, very limited edition.
So it's all legit.
That is, I can tell you without a doubt, hands down, that's the real deal, because when a lot of people try to fake this and sell it, what they do is they forget either the little cross down here in the dot, or they don't bring this all the way across like that.
So what do these sell for? I mean, you auction these off at charity, right?
Just for charity, and what we do, for these, they go different amounts. Sometimes it can be around 5,000 in that area, and then sometimes they jump all the way. You know, when you're at a charitable event and people are jacked up, we've sold them for 30,000. That is the real deal. And I know he's going to treat you great because it's got such great value.
Yes.
The picture on it's a little weird. But
Yeah, but you know, that's the only thing that devalues it's my face. If we just do this, we'll be fine.
Well, I got to figure out a price with her.
I totally understand, but do not let him be hard on you, all right? I'm promising, do not go big on this, all right?
I'll tell you what, I'll give you 2,500 bucks. Okay, I think that's fair.
Well, Bret told you not to beat me up. But
I'm not beating you up.
What about 3,500?
2,500 bucks is it. I mean, can we do this?
Okay, sounds good.
We got a deal?
Deal.
Okay. I know I'm running you all over town, but if you meet me back at the pawn shop, we'll do some paperwork and I'll get you the cash.
Okay.
Okay? Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
So we landed on 2,500, which is not exactly what I asked for, but the fact that I got to meet Bret Michaels made this whole thing worth it.
All right, Rick, tell me you bought it.
I bought it.
Okay.
And now you can auction it off at your charity again. And
For real?
For real. It worked out great. She got money. I get a tax write-off. You get to auction it off again.
Awesome, dude.
So when you sing tomorrow night, you're going to let me on stage again?
Done. It is done.
You're going to turn the mic down again?
Of course I am.
Okay.
I've never turned it on once. It is so awesome that Rick has taken his plaque and donated it back to my charity. I think that is very cool. I think he did a great job. I think he treated her great. We get to raise a lot more money, and it's all turned out awesome.